Welcome to The Bright Side of 50, the podcast that celebrates life, wisdom, and the vibrant journey that can be ours when we embrace the second half of life. I am your host, Carla Palmer. Together, we will explore the stories, memorable experiences, and the teachable moments that make life after 50 truly incredible. Now, let's get into today's topic, shall we? Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to another episode of The Bright Side of 50 with yours truly, Carla Palmer. I am the host of this awesome podcast, and I am so glad that you're here. Now, it is 2024. We getting into it. All right. I know, like me, many of you have some physical fitness goals for 2024. I always set goals for 2024 as it relates to my physical well-being, okay? That's mentally, spiritually, and moving around, okay? So right now we're going to be talking about our physical health, more movement, because it's very important for us to do more movement. But what does that look like for you in 2024? We all know, it's very highly likely that people will start a new fitness journey, and by February or March, it will be over. Those things happen. I understand life gets in the way, but how can we make it more exciting? How can we stay motivated and inspired to do the thing? How do we stay inspired to keep on that journey? It's going to start with number one, your why. Why is this important to you? Why is it better for you to have a more physically fit body? What will that allow you to do? Why are you saying that you need to make some changes? Start looking at that. And once you decide why, and we'll get into, the why, the deep why, and all of that things, maybe in another episode. I feel like I did that already last year. But once you determine your why, I want you to start to think about how you are going to execute. What will your weeks look like? What will your workouts look like? Where will you fit them in? It's really important that you treat your physical activities, treat them like important appointments that will be very difficult, if at all, for you to get back. It's just as important, like for me, meeting with a donor. It should be that important. I'm a director of development. That is a huge part of my job. I have to raise funds for the organization that I work for. You think I'm going to cancel an appointment with a donor who's going to make a change in the life of a foster youth? No, I'm going to keep that important appointment. I'm going to keep that very important appointment because it is going to better the life of a foster youth. If I get a donation, if I go to the gym, it is going to better my life. I am going to treat that appointment like it matters. All right. Listen, when I lost 50 pounds in 2009, right? I treated my appointment, my workouts like you better not ask me to do something after I done scheduled an appointment to go to work out. Nope, can't do it. Sorry, not gonna be able to do it. Can we find another time? I wasn't canceling my appointments because I was a thing that was so important that I was worth scheduling that time and keeping that commitment to myself. I always said, listen, people are going to cancel on you. That is life. People are flaky. Things come up. Sometimes you get marginalized. Why would you do that to yourself? You don't have to marginalize yourself. Keep that appointment for yourself because you're worth it. You matter. So start to look at your appointments like that, your physical fitness appointments. Treat them like that. Look at your calendar. Look at your week, the top of your week. Look at your week fully, your work schedule, your schedule with your husband, the schedule with the kids. Where can you fit in the workout? Aunties, I know sometimes you got them babies. Where can you fit in the workout? Grandmas, I know sometimes you got the babies. Where can you fit in the workout? Is it something that you all can do together? Walking counts. The park. While your kids are playing at the park, while your kids are at practice, while your little kids that you're watching, grandmas, aunties, moms, dads, you can jump rope. You can dance. right? You can do movement. When my son, he's 24 now, but when my son was playing basketball, you think I was in the gym kikiing with the other parents? No, ma'am. No, sir. I was on that track at that high school or at that park, or I was over to the side somewhere outside where I could jump rope. I was getting it in. I did not have an excuse. If I was going to be there waiting for an hour or two while my son was at practice, you better believe that I was making the most of my time. All right. I had very little room for excuses. And that's how we're going to have to approach this new 2024, new year, new me. You know, all the things that we always say. Let's make it make sense. Let's make it stick. Let's make it stick from January through December. It ain't, oh, we're going to get ready for summer. And then after summer passes, then we eat our way through the holidays. What can we do that is a lifestyle? I'm talking to myself too. I am not preaching to you guys. I am talking to myself as well. What can we do to keep the momentum, to keep ourselves inspired, to keep ourselves on track to reach the goals and sustain the goals that we set for ourselves? We've got to schedule in the appointments. We also have to look at our food intake, guys. Seriously, I feel like I'm be talking about this thing at the beginning of every year, and I'd be like so stoked and ready to just do the darn thing. And even after all these years, I was able to like keep that weight off. And I feel like in my 50s, like something just has shifted. And I got to get back on my A game. I got to get back on my A game. Will I ever get the body that I had before? Maybe not. But I can certainly give it a shot to get back on my A game, to watch my food intake, to prep some of my meals, to go to the grocery store, to stop giving these restaurants all my money. I've been giving these restaurants so much of my money. I looked back at 2023. I'm not even going to tell you how much money I spent eating out. I'm not even going to tell you how much money of that eating out probably went to a glass of wine or two at the restaurant. Those times are over. I am not going to be going out to restaurants 2 and 3 times a week in 2024. First of all, my budget won't allow it. Second of all, my body is like, what are we doing here? Because this is not what we signed up for. It's not what we signed up for. And it's not what your body signed up for. We are worth treating our bodies with the best nutrients that we can. Now, I'm not saying you got to do this like 100% of the time. That's not fun to me. I'm not even going to preach that to you because I will not be doing that. However, I am going to try my best to make these adjustments at the beginning of the year and make sure that they last through 2024. I want you to do the same because guess what, guys? I don't make these podcasts just to hear myself talk. I make these podcasts because I want us all to level up. I want us all to be on the bright side of 50, and the bright side of 50 is being as healthy as we can possibly be. Because if we're healthy, we are going to enjoy the activities that we want to do. We're going to enjoy our travels. We're going to enjoy looking good in our traveling clothes. We're going to enjoy, doing our presentations or whatever kind of work that we're in, leading teams, all the things, looking good, doing it, being healthy, not calling out sick, not being lethargic, not, having any energy because we haven't been putting the right things into our bodies. All right. So 2024, we're sticking it out. It ain't going to be no January to February. It's going to be January through the summer and through the holidays. All right. Now, the holidays might change up a little bit because those are the times when people make their special desserts and you want to indulge. But we're not going crazy. We cannot afford it. We cannot afford it. Our bodies cannot afford it. Our midlife bodies in particular cannot afford it because at this stage in our life, it's not just about the weight gain. We are warding off disease. When we get sick, we want to be able to bounce back as quickly as possible because we will get sick. We will catch a cold. Things happen. But the healthier we are, the better our bodies are going to respond when we do get some sort of illness, when, if ever, we take some sort of fall. We have to be our best. This is not about aesthetics, guys. I wish it were. I think when I was younger, that's really what it was about. What? I wanted to be a baddie. And I still want to be a baddie, don't get me wrong. But it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. At this point, it is me spending the second half of my life on the bright side of 50, doing the things that I love, feeling good, feeling my best as I am doing those things. So, as you are setting your goals, and I'm sure you've already set them because we're already into January, second week of January, guys, those goals, make them make sense. Don't bite off more than you can chew because then you're going to feel like you failed when you can't stick it out. If you got to start in baby steps, start in baby steps. I know a lot of people are going to be doing the Daniel fast and all the things that we do at the church when we're getting on these fasts and these cleanses and all of that. That's fine. But what happens when that thing ends? Okay, think about that. Let's do some things. Let's put some things in place that are going to allow us to sustain that throughout the year so that we are not feeling defeated, so that we are not feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't even do this thing. I can't do what I said I was going to do. I'm a failure. Because that's how it feels. That's how it feels when every year we start off strong and then somehow we end up back in the same ditch, man. Let's stop it. Let's figure out how to stop this thing. We are all in this thing together. I'm super excited for us. I know that we can do this. Get you somebody to do it with if you need to do it with somebody. You can do this. We can do this. Now, are we going to ever get back to our high school weight? I know sometimes, we say things like, I'm going to get high school fine. I've said it too. We're going to get healthy as possible. We're going to be our best, the best that we can possibly be at this stage in life. We're going to look good. We're going to be committed. We're going to stick it out. We're going to let the people in our circle know that our goal is to do X, Y, and Z. And it's important to us for us to keep our commitment as far as our physical fitness commitments and appointments. It is important for us to make healthier choices. It is important for us, I'm talking to myself here, to cut back on the alcohol and the sweet treats. Yes, because I want to thrive. I want this second half of my life to be as bright as possible. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I wanted that to be an episode that was early in the year, early in January, so that we can start to think about how we're setting things up, how we're setting things up for success, how we're not, doing this grand, oh my God, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut out this. I'm going to go to the gym 7 days. Listen, you ain't doing that. Now, maybe you are. Most of us ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. What can you do that you are going to be able to sustain? Okay, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. Let's do this, guys. Let's get this physical thing on the bright side of 50. We can do this. Remember, subscribe to the podcast. Remember to share it out. Share this one out with your friends, your family. We can all do this. Let's get our kids healthy. Let's get our grandkids healthy. If they coming over to your house, they should not be over your house getting treats the whole time that they're at your house and you sending them back home with mama and dad. Let's get these kids used to enjoying some of the treats that may not be sugar treats. Let's get these kids excited about things that are outside of sugary treats. All right. All right. Share the podcast. All right. Get some more people over here on the bright side of 50 with Carla Palmer. Like and subscribe. Share it out. I will talk to you guys next week. Make sure that you are checking into 3-Minute Thursdays. They're always awesome. If I do say so myself. And until next time, I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.